This is going to be a really short one. This is basically just on stuff. Everything's coming from Fox News and my Google News stuff. It's very weird. But graphic video red tide disseminates sea life along Florida coast. And what I went down and read down here is Florida beaches littered with dead sea turtles, scientists blame red tide. And this is happening to a whole bunch of them. The area is no stranger to the red tide events. Red tides were documented in southern Gulf of Mexico as far back as 1700s and along Florida's Gulf Coast in 1840. Explains the Florida fish and wildlife. Fish kills near Tampa Bay were even mentioned in the records of Spanish explorers. But they're finding, this is what it says down here, the summer's red tide has already caused the deaths of hundreds of sea turtles, and as well as large fish like Goliath, grouper, and even manatees. In places like Longboat Key, more than 5 tons of dead fish have been removed from beaches. That is a lot of fish. And remember, I don't know if y'all have seen this, but they're talking about the whole reason that there's more shark attacks is there's less oxygen in the water, and they're having to go up to the shallower part of the ocean, or go up further up in the ocean, closer to the surface, to get oxygen. But it's so weird, because wouldn't the surface be like all the littering and everything that's on the surface? But here's all the different things that are showing up on beaches. Waves of garbage crash ashore in stunning footage. Southern California actually breathes water. Okay, but there's that. And I want to come down here. Of course, NASA. Since I've been doing the stuff on Mars and just NASA stuff, I didn't even know about this. For over 2 months, there has been no sign of NASA's Mars Opportunity rover, the car-sized space machine worth a whopping $400 million, signed offline as it disappeared inside a massive dust storm on June 10th. A team of scientists at NASA's laboratory in California have been eagerly listening for signs of life from the rover. So far, all they've heard is silence. And that's what it looks like. But as the dust started to settle, the team is hopefully Opportunity will awaken. Since the last contact with the rover, Opportunity has likely experienced a low power fault and perhaps a mission clock fault, and now an up loss fault. Gosh, the Opportunity rover made several groundbreaking discoveries throughout its roughly 15-year trip on the red planet since leaving Earth in 2003. Research vehicle has detected signs of water. We kind of knew that beforehand. Explored the inside of 2 craters and completed a marathon. What? When did it complete a marathon? The first vehicle to do so on another planet. I bet it didn't get tired. But Opportunity's journey hasn't always been a smooth one. In 2005, the rover lost the use of one of its wheels and got stuck in a thick pile of sand for about 5 weeks, according to Space.com. When it finally managed to move, it ran into a sand dune in 2007. A dust storm hit and reportedly cut the spacecraft's to dangerously low levels. A month later, it turned back on and began exploring the Victoria crater. Despite its obstacles, the opportunity has always managed to pull through, but this time researchers aren't sure what will happen. The storm is one The storm is one of the most intense ever observed on the red planet. NASA said in early June. As of June 10th, it covered more than 15.8 million square miles, 41 million square kilometers. About the area of North America and Russia combined. It has blocked out so much sunlight, it has effectively turned day into night for opportunity, which is located near the center of the storm, inside Mars's I can't say it, valley. Now researchers are playing the waiting game. The government space agency said that those in charge of the opportunity I don't know why I haven't been saying anything correctly today. Will attempt communication with the vehicle up to three times a week. Hopefully, it will eventually exit sleep mode. However, NASA says researchers don't expect it to wake up until there has been a significant reduction in the atmosphere's. Wow, that's crazy. Why does it keep showing? Are they sending music through Spotify to the rover? That'd be kind of weird. No, I'm just playing. Has been a little sketchy or shaky, told space.com. This is the first time she opportunity has stopped talking to us and not resumed communication when we expected. In the meantime, researchers are trying to stay positive, creating Mars-themed Spotify playlist featuring Wake Up Before You Go by Wham, Rocket Man by Elton John, among others, and an office pool to help pass the time. It could take weeks, hopefully not months. I wish we had something to share. I wish we had good news, but we keep listening every day. NASA's $2.5 billion Curiosity rover is still in good shape, though. The vehicle celebrated its 6th anniversary on August 5th. I touched down on Mars 6 years ago, celebrating my sixth landing anniversary with traditional gift of iron oxide. It puts the red in the red planet. That's really cool. I like getting some of these pictures and keeping them. Don't you gotta love that noise that it makes? Xbox support is following Curiosity. Interesting. Wonder what they've put out lately. You know what? I haven't looked at NASA. I'm looking at NASA stuff. Why haven't I looked at NASA? NASA sea level. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to view all of the NASA affiliated. Okay, Kim Kardashian is not affiliated. Come on. Let's see. NASA, SpaceX. The first 4 NASA astronauts who will fly aboard Crew Dragon visited the factory to meet employees today. Let's see what NASA has on there. Managed by, dang it, I can't read it from here. Y'all have a better picture than I do, since it's on a different monitor. What is this? By looking deeper into Jupiter's vivid colors swirling atmosphere. This is crazy looking. It looks like pudding that you put food coloring in. And that looks like a face. That looks like a face. It's not just me, right? That looks like a face. That's cool. There's the eyes. And somewhat like a Joker or something. See if I can make it bigger. Yeah, it looks like it's crazy looking. Let's move it back over a little bit. 44-foot tall sounding rocket successfully launched from NASA's as the sun was rising over the horizon at 6:13. See, this is crazy. I can't even keep up with everything that's going on that is getting sent up into space with NASA, with SpaceX, and with Bezos or whatever with his stuff. I can't keep up. That looks cool. That angle. But it's probably just a wide-eye lens. I said this was going to be short, didn't I? Never know. The largest fire in California history. I feel like we say this every year. Is still spewing clouds of smoke across the state. Their natural color image captured August 12th by our... See, I can't read the links or the hashtags. Not like I can't read them for a certain reason or anything like that. It's just on the screen that I have the display on. Display capture, it's a darker screen. The tightly bound group of stars known as Globular Cluster features a ruby red spot that is actually a carbon star. Carbon stars are almost always cool red giants with atmospheres containing more carbon than oxygen, which is the opposite of our sun. I did grab that right. NASA, what is it? NASA Splitzer is celebrating 15 years since its launch. This remarkable spacecraft has made discoveries its designers never even imagined, including some of 7 Earth-sized planets. What is that? That looks scary as hell. Is that the sun simulator? Or is that the sun and... No, I'm just playing. The sun simulator crap is freaky. We just launched our first ever mission to touch the sun. This is interesting. Because I keep watching stuff and reading stuff on people looking at sun simulator. And I don't know what the hell it's about. I just know that people are saying there's 2 suns. Or the sun is, and it's natural cooling. Natural cooling, what is it? Is it like 8 years or 12 years, something like that? Natural cooling cycle or something like that. But it's getting hot as hell. Or it's hot as hell here. What is that? Want to see more shooting stars. I want to, since I'm here in Texas, I want to go and, where is it? I forgot what it's called. But it was on the way. This is this is what I'm going to be doing. This is one of the bigger things that I want to do is actually cover this. H.L. Hunt's Long Goodbye. So, my family used to have a ranch, and it's called Indian Hot Springs Ranch. And it's in, let's see, it's in West Texas, on the border of the Rio Grande. But this guy used to own it. And if you read that, he was not only 4 times as rich as all the Rockefellers, he was 9 times richer than all the accumulated wealth of all the presidents of the United States, all 38 of them. And he owned the ranch that my family used to have. And I don't know if they bought it from him, but I used to go down there all the time. I'm trying to see where, when the day before the funeral, I had walked to Kentucky Fried Chicken. Let's see. And I already downloaded this, so even if they take it off. Yeah. From Elderon, he moves smack down. Yeah, see here. But I don't even think they put it in there where it was. But it's a beautiful place. My family sold it too. And as soon as they sold it, the Rio Grande flooded over, and there was it had a massive, not massive, but it had a old style, probably, I don't even know when it was, like the 18 something, 19, maybe early 1900s, but I think it's even older than that. It had a historical marker also on it. Buffalo soldiers down there. But it's a really interesting place, and it sucks. I got invited actually to go back out there because they have they turned everything back into a hotel. It used to be a hotel back in the day, and so they turned it back into a hotel, and they invited us, my family, to go out there whenever we wanted. But it's called Indian Hot Springs Ranch, and when they sold it, the Rio Grande flooded over, and they had hardwood floors from whenever it was built. And like the safe went through the hardwood floors. But the Indian Hot Springs, it's a big spring that's underneath everything. And you take shower or take baths in it, and it was so relaxing. And there is something about it that helps you out. But it's very interesting to everybody that's been connected to that place. Governors, presidents have been there, and it's just a very interesting place. And I think I had it. Let me switch over real quick. I know it's on this. So on this one, the background is actually of Indian Hot Springs Ranch. So that's the background right there. Or this is Mexico right here. This is the ranch side, and it's near Pecos. Actually, it's near Anthony. And the Rio Grande runs like right here. This is a different type of picture, but it's a huge place. It's 10,000 acres. But I want to go down there to see one of the telescopes that's down there, or around there. And I'm really looking forward to go and do that one day. But right now, I don't know how bad it is down there, because I know that it's because literally the backyard is the Rio Grande of the hotel. And there's a bridge to walk over to Mexico from. And it's not, on the other side, it's not populated anymore because it always flood and everything like that. But the weird thing is, you know how, who was it? Greer found that a couple years ago, found that alien looking body and it was in a jar. I'm wanting to bet it came from there. And I know that we used to have one in the back in the cantina. But it was in the back of the cantina, like nobody would go back there. And it was in a jar that was about this big. And it was because, I don't know if anybody knows this, but the Rio Grande gets, they stop the dam, or they close the dam at certain points of the year. And all the fish will just die that are left downstream. But they also find a whole bunch of stuff down there too. But and you can actually go look on YouTube and you can see it. And it's sad because these fish are they're just dying. But I don't know if they do it every year because of maybe toxic levels or something like that. I've never found out why they do it. But the jar is like this big. And of course, with the water inside of it, it's green. So it makes it look even creepier. But you gotta remember, last time I was there, I think I was 10. So we're talking 10 or 11. No, I was probably 13 the last time we were there. So 10 to 15 years ago was the last time I was there. I'm thinking, I know that I didn't go, might have went when I was like 16 or something too. I'm not remembering exactly last time I went, but it was still there. And I think they sold the place in, I want to say 2009. And, so it was like 9 years ago. But they sold the place. And then that's when the Albert Greer stuff came out that he found a body. I never thought it was a freaking body. I thought it was somebody that gave birth. And it was a preemie, and somebody dumped it in the river. And I forgot who even went to go see it. But they had what was it? Because there's not the sheriff. They had the sheriff come out there and everything. And they didn't think it was a body. They thought it was some type of fish. Because it did look really weird. But it was still put together. Like, it wasn't eaten or anything like that. Nothing like that. But it didn't have legs. It was just like one of those bean bags or whatever. It was like a bean bag with arms. And the head was really weird looking. I never thought it at the time I saw it. I saw it when I was 10, so it's hard to remember exactly what it looked like. But it was like one of those big pickle jars that you get. And one of the big ones like that you'd get at Sam's or Costco. But it's really interesting because especially since I found out all this stuff I found out like recently, like who used to own the place and all that. But it's a very interesting place. There's a lot of history behind it. A lot of people went there. Let's see if I can even find it on here. And if you look it up, it's very hard to find. I don't know why I'm spelling wrong today. Let's see. Oh yeah, I guess I can show you all this real quick. Let's see if this is it. So that's the front gate. Oh, they knocked it down. They kept some of it, or the government took some of it. This is in 2015. I think they actually sold it. This is a realtor thing. Yeah, see, this is all part of the land. Over there is Mexico. And everything that you're seeing Besides, on the other side of the mountain, like, that's Mexico right here. But everything on this side was the property. Yeah, all of this is... I keep switching it up, so it's trying to confuse you. But where you see the roads, that's going to be part of the United States. It's a beautiful place. See if I can jump forward. It has almost 10,000 views. It's so beautiful down there. The water is disgusting. That's the Rio Grande. That's how shallow it gets at points. Ton of rattlesnakes. We took the Jeep out one day, and that's where I first learned how to drive, because it was on private property. But see if I can go forward. There's the ranch, and there's the Rio Grande right there. There's a bridge that's right. Oh yeah, the cantina's up there. Cantina's right here, or that's the hot springs. They took out the oh no, that's the helipad. We never used the helipad. That was more for emergencies. But that's where the pool is. We never used it. That used to be caged in. And then that's the bathhouse, and that's where all the water comes in. That's like the duplex part. Actually, that's in the bathhouse. You gotta remember, it's a ranch still. This is a hotel. And they did some updating. They took out the industrial kitchen, I think. I was there when the Malice at the Palace happened. And that's crazy that they have that there. There's a cantina. And they made it into it used to be a cool shuffleboard, pool table, and all that stuff. A lot of people have passed up there too. And it's like a swamp all the time too, because the hot springs come up all throughout right here. And we definitely had some fuzzy stuff. But there's mountain roads up there, unless it's changed. But there's bunch of birds. But what I was going to say is right here, I took the Jeep down there, and this is like on the edge of the property. And the Jeep ran out of gas in the middle of the night when I was like 13, 14. Beautiful place. But there's so much history behind it. And now, if you look it up, there's a whole bunch of people that run it as a business. And the funny thing is, that's what the folklore is about the places. Don't run it as a business. You will never make a profit. And the folklore about it was, if you run it like a business, you will be taken down. It was a very weird thing. Even the hotel that was there at the beginning, it was taken down. That's why the Buffalo Soldiers are there. But I thought I would put this up. It's a very interesting place. If you want me to do another video on it about the history of it, I can do that. Just leave a comment and tell me. And I can put pictures up. I have pictures around here somewhere of me being there and me driving the Jeeps up going off-road and everything. But just let me know. Peace. Have a good day. Good rest of the day. Stay positive. And I don't have the propaganda thing up here. And control your mind. Stay positive and control your mind. And Peace.